If you know your history well, you would know that all of the colonial powers that once ruled Africa, particularly the British, really plundered the continent. They took away precious items of unparalleled cultural value and stashed them away in various museums worldwide. Even to date, most of these items have yet to be permanently returned to their rightful place of origin in Africa. Here are 27 items the British stole from Africa during colonialism. Number 27. Benin bronzes. These were thousands of metal plaques and sculptures that depicted the history of the erstwhile Benin Kingdom in Edo State, Nigeria. Their historical significance did not stop the British from looting almost all of them during the British expedition of 1897 and sending them to museums worldwide. Number 26. Rosetta Stone. This granodiorite stele is one of the British Museum's most precious items. The British took it after defeating Napoleon Bonaparte in Egypt in 1801. Number 25. Magdala treasures. These sacred treasures include jewelry, royal garments, and manuscripts that the British looted on an expedition to Abyssinia, now Ethiopia, in 1868. Number 24. Zimbabwe bird. There is a bird on Zimbabwe's national flag, currency, and official documents because it is the nation's soul. Several sculptures of this bird were seized by the British in the late 19th century. Number 23. Great Star of Africa diamond. This is the largest gem-quality rough diamond ever found, and it now adorns the British crown jewels, but it was taken without rights from a South African mine in 1905. Number 22. Tomb of Tutankhamun. The burial place of Tutankhamun, a pharaoh of ancient Egypt, was desecrated in 1922 by British archaeologist Howard Carter. Most of the precious artifacts Tutankhamun was buried with were exported out of Egypt illegally. Number 21. Oldowan choppers. These prehistoric stone tools, which are almost 2 million years old, are some of the earliest proofs of human craftsmanship. They were removed from Tanzania by archaeologists in the 20th century and exported to British museums. Number 20. Brass head of Ife. This intricate brass sculpture was made to represent the royalty of Nigeria's ancient Ife kingdom, but it was found in 1938 and ended up in the British Museum in 1939. Number 19. Nok terracottas. The Nok people produced some very exquisite terracotta sculptures as early as 900 BCE. British archaeologists have removed many of these masterpieces from Kaduna State in Nigeria. Number 18. Bronze head of Queen Idia. This commemorative bronze sculpture depicts Queen Idia, the first queen mother of the ancient kingdom of Benin in West Africa. It was looted during the 1897 Benin expedition. Number 17. Igbo Ukwu bronze ceremonial staff head. A masterpiece of casting, this ceremonial staff head is adorned with beads and spirals and was likely used in important rituals in the Igbo Ukwu community. British explorers took it away in the 20th century. Number 16. Apapa hoard. The Apapa hoard has been a crucial part of the British Museum's collection since 1930. It is a collection of bronze jewelry dating to the early 16th century, found at Apapa near Lagos, Nigeria. Number 15. Congo ivories. Chiefs and kings in the ancient kingdom of Congo commissioned expert sculptors to carve ivory tusks that symbolize their royal power and spirituality. British traders looted these ivories with many now in European collections. Number 14. Akan drum. This drum is typically displayed in the North American Gallery of the British Museum. It belongs to the Akan people of Ghana and was used in religious and cultural ceremonies. Number 13. Luzira head. Estimated to be about 1,000 years old, this terracotta head found at Luzira, Uganda, has been part of the British Museum's ethnographic collection since 1931. Number 12. Akan gold weights. The Akan people of Ghana used these gold weights as a measuring system for fair trade. They were also gifted to newly wedded men to give them a head start in the merchant trade. Number 11. Chiwara. Mali's Bambara ethnic group used the chiwara during their initiation of young men. It is a ritual object that closely resembles an antelope. Number 10. Benin ivory mask. This traditional African mask was also looted from the palace of the Oba of Benin during the 1897 Benin expedition. Number 9. Ndop of King Misha. Ndops were figurative sculptures representing different kings of the Kuba Kingdom in Central Africa. The Ndiop of King Mish is currently at the Brooklyn Museum in New York City. Number 8. Sekhemka statue. This limestone statue of Sekhemka, the ancient Egyptian scribe, dates back to 2400 BCE. It found its way to Northampton Museum, which then controversially sold it for £15.76 million in 2014. Number 7. Cartouche of King Amenhotep I. The cartouche of Amenhotep I, who was the second pharaoh of the 18th dynasty of Egypt, was removed from an Egyptian temple and smuggled to the UK. But Egypt has since recovered the cartouche after intense pressure on Britain. Number 6. Brass cockerel. The cockerel, known as okokor, was a ceremonial piece from Benin City. It was looted during the 1897 Benin expedition, but was returned to Nigeria over 100 years later by Cambridge University. Number 5. 12 brass plaques. These brass plaques once adorned the royal palace of the erstwhile Kingdom of Benin. They belonged to the Edo people of Nigeria, but were looted during the 1897 punitive expedition. Number 4. Head of an Oba sculpted in bronze. This head is believed to depict the Oba of Benin, and so it represents his political and spiritual authority. It was also looted during the 1897 British invasion of Benin. Number 3. Giant tusks of Benin. These large elephant tusks were carved with intricate motifs of Benin royal history. They held cultural and religious significance in the Benin Kingdom and were used in rituals dedicated to deities and ancestral spirits. Number 2. Ngaji god. Kenya's Pokomo people once worshipped a god represented by a drum called the Ngaji. This drum, which is believed to be the soul of the Pokomo people, has sat in a British museum storage room for 116 years and counting. Number 1. Asante gold. In 1874, British troops sacked the palace of Kumasi in Ghana, looted several important royal regalia, and sent them to the British Museum. In April 2024, some of these precious items were loaned back to the Asante people for 3 years, sparking widespread outrage about the ethics of loaning stolen items back to their rightful owners instead of returning them permanently. Do you think African nations should take legal action to reclaim their stolen artifacts? Or is there another way to resolve these historical wrongs?